Alright. We managed to contain some confusing ones this week. Let me explain. So you know how oil has been a driving force for people to start fighting each other? Well, what if that happens, plus history of why you fight over the oil changes every time. Out of our pure greed, an anomaly has been born. That's not all. We also found a graveyard full of future and past ministers that show their time in power instead of how long they lived. There was one person that has been in power 3 times, during multiple different years, even though it is impossible for them to live that long. Speaking of person in power, there's also a scimitar that belonged to a Shah. It floats around and protects him, fighting off anybody who comes too close. I will be honest, I kind of wish I had a autonomous weapon that just floats and protects me while this crazy buffoonery was happening. Especially when you're being followed by a humanoid being that no matter where you go will always seem the same distance away but slowly coming closer. It's almost as if it's branded into your eyeball and only you can see them. Or worse, you have to fight against creatures that will try to steal your child, specifically your son. And the only way to protect them is by you, the father, having to sing a lullaby and stay close. Basically becoming the sacrifice. And many have. Many have to keep the young ones safe. The last mind-boggling one that we had to deal with was different pieces of an airplane that were clearly from different dimensions. Hints and signs were there that it were invaded by aliens, which I guess join the club. Really, we had our fair share of aliens on our side. Okay, here are a couple sillier ones to talk about. For example, have you ever interviewed a heist group that individually panic and have no idea what the hell they were doing, but the moment you put them in the same room, they were back to an organized criminal group? I'll tell you, that was the most fruitless back and forth we ever received. Another reason to have a floating weapon as well, since they planned on attacking us multiple times, were enough of the security guards. We also found a book that teaches you how to eat as much as you want without gaining any weight. Surprisingly, you actually can lose weight while eating as much as you want throughout it. But you have to eat. Otherwise, your own body will, well, eat itself. As you can tell, this week I don't have any clever transition between these anomalies. I try to connect them throughout these reports, but not this time. Christmas is coming and I need to find a gift. It's stressing me out. I heard my cousin brought his son a little SSG Enterprise toy from Star Trek, which I had to confiscate because it actually opened up portals to other worlds and it traveled away. I know every child's dream is an epic space adventure, but who knows what this will bring home one day. Might be the same aliens that the airplane came from, you know? I also thought this anomaly was maybe responsible for affecting our star system, because I saw the stars starting to move frantically about, creating different images. But no. Luckily, it's something else. But, unluckily, we had to reorganize the whole system back to normal. You know how hard it is to put every single star back in its original place? It's been a hectic week. We also found a painting that attracts lizards for some reason. I mean, to be fair, there is also a reptile in the painting, drawn very much like in a Renaissance style art. But the story behind that is a lot more to dive deep into. So I will send different reports down the days. Lastly, throughout this whole week of madness, we had a sinkhole that fakes signals. A colleague has said it seems to be using clickbait. I can't wait for my break.